We're right back here with episode 2, right where we left off. And my guys are sitting here like waving their arms going, come on, let's get going. I wanted to crank out episode 2 here real quick. Just checking that everything's good. Let's see. I want to see the output. Okay, so we want to check streaming quality and stuff like that. I'm trying to get this stuff dialed in, because like I said, it's a bit rusty. It's been a while. But we're right back here. I wanted to pick up where we left off. So there's field actions. You can go collect parts from the old crashed ship that you came in on. And you always obviously want to get all the XPs and all the different sweet things. So it looks a little muddy when I start moving, so you're gonna have to bear with me as I get things tuned up. So you get experience for exploring. These plants are suspicious. Alright, bear with me just a second. I'm going to make some adjustments. Well, we should be pretty good. We're just going to have to go with it. Alright, nighttime, pouring rain. Weather has effects. Fight a little bug here, get some experience.
Move in and do some damage.
Man, I need some gear. They stop the screen until you can collect your loot, and I'm wondering if that, you know, what would happen if you were in a group of stuff that was going to attack you. I think they just pause it, maybe. When I look at the design of the game, I get the sense that it was built for multiplayer. Like, just the way everything runs, there's kind of this real-time, like you don't have a pause button. So I don't know that the game actually pauses when you bring up a menu. So, yeah, it's a bit of a question how, you know, multiple mobs and stuff would get handled. Oh, there we go. A little yellow collectible. Now, I say it was built for multiplayer, but unfortunately, they didn't make it so you could play the whole game multiplayer together, which is a total letdown. It's unfortunate. It'd be super sweet if you could. Making an audio setting adjustment here. Cool. These guys are level 2s. They're little stone potamus.
We can do this.
Let's go. That might be actually too much for my brand new tune here. I want to make sure if I fire something that I don't fire it across the other ones and aggro them right into the battle as well. And I said it'd be a challenge, but Elma's like OP.
Upper hand. This team never loses. We got him. Let's move.
I love that you can swim. You can like go like 100 miles an hour swimming along here. Pretty sweet. and the movement. They have such a big world, and they let you move very fast. Later on, obviously, you get some faster transport,
Didn't have to be like this.
but they kind of matched it up so early on you'd actually be able to cruise around really quickly without having to take forever to get anywhere.
Flame grenade. We in target in sight. Switch to close range combat.
Aha, that one is going to attack as well.
Roll armor. Slide. Splinter. Shadow strike. Flame grenade. Destroyed. Move in and strike. Upper hand. Victory is ours. We got it. Let's move.
The Advanced Storm Machine. Let's check our inventory. So you have party, you have ground gear and fashion gear. Weapons power rating is a value that broadly expresses how strong a weapon is. When you're not sure what to equip, it's not a bad idea to go with something with a higher stat in the power rating. They couch that claim a little bit because you have weapons with secondary effects, and sometimes those are just way better to go for, even though something else is technically stronger in the attack. So TP rating, TP gain rating. You want to be able to build up TP while you're fighting, because you can use that for your, what are they, technical points, talent points? I don't remember the name. Let's see, no, wait a second. Yeah, definitely want to go with that. Currently running the Proto Assault Rifle. Any armor? Let's take a look. I have prototype shirt at the moment, but if I go with body wear, I think... No, it doesn't in this case. It doesn't take my sleeves off. And we got some pants. And let's go with boots. Pretty similar.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise.
Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
Definitely one of my favorite things about this game. It's a beautiful world they made.
Pretty wild, huh?
They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
Looks like they really knew what they had here too, and they take the time to show it off. Towering waterfalls. They've got.
We call this planet Mira.
Sorry.
You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
It's such an impressive sense of scale, and they've got water creatures, land, and air.
That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
All right, guys, which way are we going? Well, first, they tell us about enemy detection types. Certain ones definitely will attack on sight or sound. I really like that enemies with a lower level, much lower level anyway, will not attack unprovoked because, you know, waste your time. They don't waste your time. If there's no icon, they're non-aggressive. And the little eyeball is the sight icon. You enter its field of vision. And the little ear speaker icon is, it'll hear you when you get too close. I don't know if there's a stealth mechanic in terms of like movement speed, like how fast you're going. Not real sure about that. Sprint, you can auto run with the right shoulder button and B if you want to start sprinting, auto sprinting. And they definitely set it up. And then here we got aerial cam. Aerial cam is kind of cool. You can like look around and find out, hey, which way do I want to go? I need to get over there. We could either take the bridge here, or we could jump off and head the beach. And also a nice little feature is wherever you're aiming this thing, when you close, it retains your character looking that way, so you can very easily find your way, hopefully. And it's a low gravity planet, at least that's the way we can think of it at first. There's no fall damage. You can just jump right off stuff that's like a million miles high. And you can also jump super high, you can run super fast. Again, I think they did that because of the world is so big, you know, at least for this era of a game, that they didn't want you taking forever to get someplace and get something done, so they just said, like, let's just move super quick. And right here we can pick up a piece of the white whale debris. But you gotta appreciate when a game does stuff to not waste your time, right? Definitely want to be avoiding these higher level dudes. And it plays good and looks good. On the Switch, I was never disappointed. Sorry, on the Wii U, I was never disappointed. But it's definitely sharper, clearer, the view distance. You know, everything's just, the resolution is up. It's a good looking game, and it looks like they've done a great job with the Switch version. Oh, there is a trail all the way over there. So we'll just make our way. Ooh, grab some wreckage. So those guys should be non-aggressive. You know, it's a little bit scary running up when you're just at low level. But they just taught you about the aggro system, and they're non-aggressive, so not really a big deal. And these guys also would be non-aggressive, although they would really beat us up right now if we challenged them.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. And they're riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Melee and ranged. And melee tends to do more damage. I always like, well, hey, I want to play a sniper. I want to play a long distance guy or whatever. At least they give melee the bonus of higher damage. And arts that you use that are associated with them will switch you automatically to that auto attack type. So they do continue their cooldown. Oh, right. They're just saying that the cooldown has 2 levels. So there's an inner ring and an outer ring. You have to be using that type of weapon in order to get that cooldown to continue to build up.
We have no choice but to fight.
All right. So here we go. We'll draw our weapon.
Yes. Now get in close.
She did Shadow Strike, and she's suggesting this attack. That toppled. This does damage versus toppled, so I'm going to use that. Except I was late because I was busy talking about it. And here we go. Extra damage from the side. Which one am I on? He's staggered, so
You're in for it.
this would topple. So what I need to do is switch to my ranged weapon in order to get that thing to charge up so that it's ready. So if she staggers him again, I'll be able to topple. Now these guys aren't that hard anyway, so but we're, you know, starting to remember the basic framework of the combat system.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in.
I kind of appreciate their little message there. It's like you don't just run around and kill everything that moves. You know, they teach you to respect the world that they built. I think it's kind of an interesting commentary. Let's see, new boots. Let's take a look. We're running a 4. Let's run. Now this is this is what's cool. So these are purple. They're a prime. These are a unique. This has resist stagger and does TP rebound. This does focused evasion, max TP up 1, and topple barrier 1. I don't know exactly what all that does. But in this case, I think I would take... resist stagger is nice, but I'll just take the purple for in this case. And let's see if Elma can wear the other ones. Elma's Legwear does range attack up 1, has 20 beam resistance. Yeah, you know, I mean, at this point, it's like so little difference. It's like you don't even worry about it because it's such a little gain at this point in the game. And so this is where I could do, you know, I don't mind these white pants. They're kind of cool. We look like a matching set here. But you could now do fashion gear if you wanted. So you go party, you go to fashion gear, and it doesn't affect your gear rating, obviously, and it just, you can wear something because it looks cool and without interfering with your armor setup. Nice combat looking pants here. And boy, there's a whole ton we don't know about. Yeah, we'll run the black pants for now. We've got a little bit to slog through with the introduction to the game and all that stuff, but we'll just chew right through it before we get in deeper. Oh yeah, done with the elevator. Up we go. Very cool. They always played on this sense of scale. A nice over-the-shoulder camera shot. They have the whole scale of the city and all that stuff, and they have yeah, just a great sense of perspective, a great sense of scale.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
Los Angeles means City of Angels.
So it was that another survivor
And,
had to
you
join
know,
our band of refugees.
Are they playing on that whole theme where they've been
Together,
orphaned in space,
we
you know,
resolved
so
to
it's
forge a
City of
new way
Angels.
life
Maybe that's why they went with that name.
New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Boom. Definitive. That's kind of a funny dialogue right there. It's like, hey, we're going to close your thing. Are you sure you want to do that? I was like, well, yeah, I just saved it. And then,
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago, ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
and a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
I got to appreciate the skepticism at human bureaucracy, right? Yeah, so human. It's like, who does this dude think he is?
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
This one of the survivors, ma'am?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Nothing like the government
Come on,
trying to
seriously. Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech.
try to prop
Still,
up everybody's
every last
motivation.
survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Feels to me like the writing in this game is it's just better than the other ones, but I'm sure that's a nice debate online. It's just well done. Picking up, some really nice inflections there, the military tone, the way people always respect their old commander, all that other stuff. It's mature writing, I think. A little bit of foreshadowing, you gotta love it. also just good storytelling. Some 100% unrealistic broadsides there, but oh well.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway.
Seems like a
guys heading
common
back to
thing to me
barracks?
in Japanese
Yeah.
games. They
Why
have
do you
these
ask?
super young heroic characters.
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
And build a whole party of characters. So we'll add Lynn to the crew. All right, just about done with this for today, but I guess we will take the ride.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Duck and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerd center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Yeah, so they got a lot to explain. I mean, the city's kind of big. I remember first time playing it was a bit confusing. Not that big compared to some modern games for sure, but you know, it was pretty good for its time. You know, the look is a little bit dated and stuff like that, I think, too. The design of some of these crafts and stuff, but pretty cool. Pretty cool overall.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
All right, well, we're almost through the introduction to the game here. We're going to take on the rest of it next time. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. Thanks, guys. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.